Hey guys, it's been a while. I think a few weeks, despite Tyler saying at the end of the podcast, you can subscribe and like my videos every week, which I was trying to do, but things have gotten in the way. I'm very tired and I didn't have enough posts. More importantly, things to show off. This past week I did get some posts. Now, a while ago I may have mentioned this set, this Shinobi set, which, of course, I've still not had time to make my way through. I have fond memories of playing, I think it's Revenge of Shinobi on, I want to say the Sega. So that's what drew me to this title. But not having made time to see it yet hasn't stopped me from picking up the next Shinobi set from Radiance Films. And I've already marked the box. So this features Siege, Return of Mist, Saizo, and The Last Iga Spy. Really nice stuff again. Tom Mez is in here, Haley Scanlon with the visual essays, a nice little booklet. So I do look forward to the day when I can have a complete Shinobi fest. And Radiance Films continues to put out quality product, but I am still trying not to spend all my money on them because Indicator has my heart at the moment. Arrow has me over a barrel, but I've finally got some resolution on the Cell replacement disc, which should be heading out to me soon. I mean, that's been frankly ridiculous, but then again, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy, I'll still be tempted to stick with them for the occasional treat like that. But yeah, Radiance is, I do like to see their upcoming releases, but I'll tend to stick with either sets like the Shinobi set. Their World Noir has me sucked in. Again, I've not had time to watch them yet, but what a great selection of movies. And their October selections are just fantastic. Such variety and such beautiful art on offer for the horror selections for their October releases. I put horror in quotation marks because a lot of them are maybe supernaturally tinged dramas, or they're just darker, almost adult fairy tale works that are just really sumptuous and a joy to behold, especially in those presentations. So yeah, if you've not checked out Radiance Films yet, I would encourage you to do so, but try not to be sucked in to every title. But they've got some gorgeous sets that are, recommended to film connoisseurs and especially fans of world cinema. Now, speaking of Indicator, are you going to be surprised that I'm about to mention 4 titles I know nothing about? If you are, then you've never watched any of my other videos. But here we go. The Liberation of L.B. Jones and Justice for All, Storm Center, and Bonjour Tristesse. I think that will be good for the pronunciation. These all seem interesting, but I say that about every Indicator release, and it's just difficult, At the moment, I genuinely may have every film streaming service you can think of. So, Mubi, Prime Video, Netflix, Disney Plus, Shudder, Arrow Player, Paramount Plus, because we got that deal for a cheap deal for the year, BFI Player, Criterion. Did I mention Shudder? I think I mentioned Shudder. That's maybe it. Obviously, I try to watch films on those services because I pay for them. I love physical media. I still have some space and some money for it. So I want to get to those, but I know they're always there, whereas the streaming elements can come and go. It's just, fitting more hours into every day. And there's so much extra good TV now as well. So I started the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth, and my summary of that would be not great, but shows promise. I'm not a fan of all the Peter Pan stuff running through it. I am a fan of the production design and the look and feel of the thing. So I'll happily wait and see how that continues. I've finally been getting into the White Lotus. I know I'm a few years behind everyone else. Finished season 1, which I enjoyed. Just started season 2, which I'm enjoying. So there's that. There's all these old programs now that are suddenly available in a really, neat box set order. So I'd like to go through them. And this includes shows that I've owned in physical box sets for years, but rather than find the right disc or remember where I was and put it in the player and get it set up, I can just press play next episode on Disney Plus or Netflix or Prime. So it's it's a nice overwhelming problem to have most days, but it is a problem. And also the fear of missing out on stuff like I finally watched K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix, full of pop tune bangers, by the way, as I'm sure most of you know if you've checked out already. That was great. I liked the animation style. That's fantastic. And then lots of new releases. I mean, in cinemas lately, I've seen Together, Materialists, Naked Gun, Fantastic Four, the... Oh God, there's something... I'm going to see Eddington at the end of this week. I'm going to see The Life of Chuck in the cinema. Like, there are so many things now I will make the time to go and see. And all of these do end up reviewed on my daily review blog. The link will be below in the link tree. And I like to do that, but that is, again, it's my own sort of compulsive mindset, trying to devour everything and make time for everything. So it's a struggle. So I apologise if I'm telling you about titles of movies with no more context or no more information about them, really, because that can be frustrating. But if you've listened to the podcast or you keep an eye on my blog, you will see when these things appear. I mean, just the other week on the podcast, we covered The Dresser, and The Dresser was one of the indicator releases from, I think, last month. So I wanted to make time to watch at least something I've bought in the past little while. So we picked The Dresser. I didn't love The Dresser. I think it would work better in stage play form. But Craig loved The Dresser. He certainly liked it a lot more than I did. And I'm happy that, I kind of introduced him to that. And I'm happy that I watched it, particularly for Albert Finney's performance. But I thought Tom Courtenay unbalanced the whole thing with his performance, which is an over-the-top performance that would work on stage. So as I said in the podcast, I'm not surprised that he was a stage performer that reprised the same role in film, because I think he would be used to going big and acting and reacting to how the audience would enjoy his performance. Whereas in the film version of The Dresser, I don't think that worked as well. So, I do try. I do try and make time for films that I own, for films that are on the long watch list, for films that are touchstones that everyone else thinks, should be seen. They're only 24 hours in a day. I mean, you can see it's been a few weeks since I've managed to do one of these videos, and this is another day where I've made time for this and just been a bit lazy elsewhere. So I'm having an extra rest day from the gym today. That's it. I'll have to make up for that tomorrow. But Indicator still seems to be the gold standard, I would say, for the physical media releases. Radiance are wonderful. Arrow Video just keeps slipping, but they will always have, I think, a good selection of titles that fans will be crying out for. They have tended to limit numbers more strictly recently. I've seen some I don't want to say complaints, regrets from people who've missed out despite trying to pre-order some good titles. So they are manufacturing that demand and then reaping the benefits, I guess. But yeah, so they've definitely slipped down. And blockbusters and sort of mainstream fare, I tend to now keep an eye on the Apple Store and just look for bundles and get things at decent prices that I can then watch and rewatch there, which I did with Megan 2.0. I just bought the bundle with Megan, and I prefer the second film, but I've now got both just sitting there, not taking up any space. I could afford it. It was fine. I don't need shiny discs or slipcovers for them or any collector's editions. It's the Megan movies. You know, it is what it is. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's how things keep coming together. Anyway, I've rambled enough. I hope you check out the links below. There are 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks to go until the Great North Run, which is my last physical challenge of 2025, a half marathon that takes place, you know, kind of near here. It's quite famous in the UK. So I'll drop the sponsorship link as well, which people just skim over. You tightwads. But that's it. I will hopefully get something up next week, if not maybe the week after. There are no guarantees, but I will do my best, even if it is just commenting on other stuff that I finally got around to watching, having owned for years and years. We shall see. Take care.